Invincible Season 2 Part 1 has ended with the mid-season finale setting up the debut of an incredibly controversial character in Season 2 Part 2. Let me know in the comment section if you've seen the episode and read the comics and know which character I'm talking about. But before Omni-Man says the quiet part out loud trying to teach his son a lesson...
Now what?
Mark, you have to scare him. Make him think you'll actually drop him.
I can hear you!
I don't know, that seems mean.
All right, here, I'll show you.
Huh.
There, see? Now he'll tell me everything.
Okay, but you're gonna catch him, right?
Yeah, in a second.
Great parenting, Nolan. Great parenting. I'd like to say hello, guys and gals. I'm Nick, and welcome to 30's Feedback. So, Invincible is a pretty mature show, with its graphic violence being one of the reasons that the series is far more controversial than most other pieces of work in the superhero genre. However, one element from the Invincible comics is famously problematic, with fans of the series wondering how Amazon Prime Video's adaptation will handle it. The troublesome character is just around the corner according to Invincible Season 2 Part 1, and here's who they are and why they are so divisive. For anyone who has read the comics, you know what you're in for, but those who haven't, strap in.
It's going to be a bumpy ride!
Invincible Season 2 Part 2 will most likely introduce the Viltrumite warrior Anissa, a controversial character who is sent to monitor Mark's work on Earth. Anissa is one of the many soldiers of the Viltrum Empire that Mark has to face off with throughout Invincible, but her role in the story makes her one of the most memorable ones. After Nolan is taken prisoner in Invincible Season 2 Episode 4, a Viltrumite named Craig gives Mark a dark deal. Craig explains that Nolan's mission of taking over Earth has been passed on to Mark, with Mark having to make sure that the humans are ready to surrender to the Viltrumites. In fairness, if Omni-Man or Mark decided we needed to surrender to them, I think I would... well, it's better summed up by this little beauty.
Done failed up my ride, so, I'm gonna take yours.
Fuck that shit. Here you go. Pull to the left.
The Viltrum Empire clearly doesn't trust Mark to actually come through on this deal, as they threaten to massacre the planet if they resist upon their arrival. In the comics, however, this isn't their only precaution. The Viltrum Empire also sends a warrior named Anissa to Earth in order to monitor Mark, making sure that he is actually making progress on the takeover. Anissa is initially friendly with Mark, helping him to fight a monster that is attacking a cruise ship. However, Anissa is unable to sway Mark to prepare Earth for takeover, with her reporting this news back to Craig. She's basically a snitch and telling on Mark, and we all know what happens to snitches.
See, look, he's selling me out right now!
No, he's saying that I would never sell out that man.
Let's go, come on. You.
Man, see what I tell you, Rockwell, huh? What I tell you, you snitch ass bitch.
Roll with me, roll with me. Let the lions roll with me.
Anissa soon became arguably the most controversial character in the Invincible comics, as she is the one behind the series' infamous rape scene. Part of the mission of the Viltrum Empire is to breed with other genetically similar species and have half Viltrumite children, allowing the ranks of the Viltrum Empire to grow. However, Anissa doesn't want to have sex with humans. Instead, she tells Mark that she wants to have a child with him, as he is half Viltrumite, half human. Mark refuses, but Anissa doesn't care, with her proceeding to beat him and rape him. I'm drawing a blank. I literally have no words. This is easily one of the darkest scenes in Invincible, as the extended scene has disturbed viewers since the issue was published. Many readers have argued over whether the scene was even necessary, as it is a brutal depiction of sexual assault that doesn't add much to the overall story. However, others have argued that this scene flips these type of scenes on their heads, showing that men can be the victims of sexual assault as well. Due to how infamous the scene has become, the idea of adapting it for the Amazon Prime Video series has been even more controversial, with many wondering how it will be done. If this was on local television, I would probably have said they would never do this. But given how Prime Video have already aired things in The Boys, Gen V, and who can forget American Gods where a man gets swallowed up by a woman's clam, I think they may try their hand at this as well. Who knows? Now that Invincible has the benefit of hindsight, Anissa's role in Invincible Season 2 Part 2 can fix the character's comic story. The Amazon series could omit the scene from the show entirely, avoiding the controversial moment. Invincible could also adjust its depiction of the assault on Mark in order to treat it more sensitively. It will be interesting to see how Invincible handles Anissa's arc in the upcoming batch of episodes, as it will be the elephant in the room regarding the character until the show does something about it. But we're now in a position where we can speculate for a bit because the show is taking a break while it polishes up the remaining episodes for this season, and it really does suck that we have to wait. But it is what it is.
Patience, my friend.
That's easy for you to say, you decrepit looking old fossil.